Gotta see if that audio is working. Hello, hello. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. The audio is working. What's up, Abel? Mr. Abel Freeman, Mr. Abel Freeman. Good to see you, sir. You have a very freedom-driven name. Abraham Lincoln, freedom. Alright. I've only got like an hour, so I gotta figure out what I want to do with my hour. And I think it might be planning these steps over here. In the pathway to them. So I might have to take this mountain out. But I'm gonna have steps right here. See, we already kind of started them. And I think we need to start going over. We need to start going over, yeah. Question is, how wide do we want them? Do we want to be too wide? I think too wide is probably sufficient. I'm gonna go too wide and then too back. Yeah. And I guess we can kind of freestyle it. I'm gonna have to come out here. And then do this right here. Go down a couple more. Looks like we're in a good spot. Just keep going from project to project. This is good. You gotta keep Minecraft fresh. You gotta keep Minecraft fresh. Had to get away from the farm for a little bit. I'm gonna use that. And come over here, do it like this. And then we can probably go down again. Problem is I don't want to go below. We might have done that. Well, not necessarily. We might have went too far. Well, where do we want it to be? think right there is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. We're just gonna have to take out all of this. Like this entire mountain. Which does scare me a little bit. Oh, some people just don't understand. I don't think you see the vision. And I could explain the vision a little better. Yeah, that's certainly an option. But my option is the entire side of the mountain comes around the stairs. We're not going to build the stairs around the mountain. That would be absurd. We're going to build the mountain around the stairs. If you want it to look excavated instead of formed to the natural... Why don't you just trust? Okay. Okay. Why don't we just trust Mr. Beeman? We're taking out the whole fucking mountain. We're literally moving mountains, okay? That's what we're doing here. We're moving a mountain. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop me. I would like to keep these blocks, though. Yeah, I mean, all this is gonna go. All this is gonna have to go. It's just gonna have to go. If you want it to look excavated. And not naturally formed. I don't know why you're such a hater, Fifi. I don't know why you're such a hater. Maybe I'm just in a destructive mood, you know? Maybe I just needed to break some blocks. Part of me thinks I should move that beacon over here. Yeah, I mean, it's just gotta go. It's gotta go. This, I'm not so much worried about. Not so much worried about this. Um, I mean, this is exactly what I wanted it to be, so. Mhm. Some people just don't have an eye, you know? Some people like to think they know art because they, like, know what an abstract painting is called. But they couldn't put a brush to a canvas if they tried. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to think that they know, like, some people like to think that they have taste. You know, a lot of people like to believe that they have good taste in clothes, good taste in food, good taste in design, good taste in, like, anything that has a little bit of artistic expression. What you wear, how you decorate. Some people think that, like, they have a good eye for things. And in reality they don't. They just don't. They just truly don't. And no one's ever told them that they had a bad eye because they've surrounded themselves with people that don't care that they dress like a toddler. And that's fine. And you know, you can either try to tell those people or you can just let them live. You can just let them live. You can let them live and think that they have good fashion or think that their decor is, you know, appeasing or not appeasing, appealing, not only aesthetically but emotionally. Um, and I understand that art is very, very subjective. It's a very subjective thing, you know, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it's not. But like sometimes, but also there's a there's a justice to aesthetics, you know. You can look at a well put together outfit and be like, that's dope. And then you can look at other people and be like, what the fuck are they wearing? You know? And the same thing goes for Minecraft mountain designs. And the same thing goes for Minecraft design in general, you know? And this certainly isn't targeted at anybody. You know, like I could be talking about any viewer, any viewer at all. I value all opinions and criticism. I'm just having fun. Just having fun. And if you can't handle the heat, I'm not saying I didn't like that outfit, but I'm saying I didn't like that outfit. Okay, what happened here? Something went wrong here. Are we 3 wide now? I think we're 3 wide now. We were 2 wide. Oh, Jesus. We were 2 wide. Now we're 3 wide. Can we fill it? Why am I hearing a bunch of spiders? Hmm. I mean, if we fill it, we're filling a lot. We're certainly filling a lot. We can fix it, though. I say this as I could be making a complete design. This could be a total disaster. Oh, I think it's fine. Is it all I imagined it to be, though? Hmm. Maybe. Let's see. I mean, all of this has to go. Like, I'm gonna take this whole fucking mountain out. Because let's see, we have this. Okay, well that clearly needs to be stone, just to keep it even. So we have these two. Boom, 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 and then we have our stairs, which will be here. And we can fill this in. But yeah, all of this needs to go. Literally, like all of this needs to go. And we can make the stairs wider and longer. I think I'm gonna make them wider and longer. But we need to get the base first. I mean, we might as well throw some stone in a chest over here. Let's go ahead and do all that. I really don't need too much dirt, but alright, let's put some pork in our face. Latina, white, black, or Asian? Somebody's finally asking the real questions around here. And I will say I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. I do not discriminate. I love all of God's children. But what are we talking about? We talking about food? We talking about women? We talking about what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yo, LSF, what's up, dude? Long time no see there, my guy. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy to have you. Ryan Gaming, welcome back as well. Thanks for asking the hard-hitting questions. And I don't even know what your question was, but we do it all. We're doing it all. I do think you hit everything, though. I don't think... Are there any more? I guess you missed the Indians, maybe. You don't gotta apologize, my guy. You got life out there. There's a whole life to live out there. Gotta apologize for missing a live stream. We just appreciate, you know, people coming in and out, taking time, stopping by, saying hey. But no need for apologies. Never at all. But it's good to see you. Good to see you back. We've done a decent amount. We got that windmill up. We got some wheat up. What the fuck? Did he just spawn in? Did you hear that? I don't know. I don't know what just happened over there. That was weird. Question for the chat though. What material should I build the steps out of? And let's go a little ways away so that you have an understanding of the vision I have. Let's see if I can land on this platform over here. Let's see if we can do it. And we missed it. Okay, but you can see the steps. You see them? You see how they go down and back and down and back? What material? What material should we build the staircase out of? Because right now, I mean, it's defaultly on stone, right? But stone is lame. I mean, I love stone, but stone brick, quartz. Got a lot of options. We can do a lot of things. I was thinking maybe quartz. Because I think the white contrast would look really good. It would look really man-made. You know? I mean, the goal was to have the stairs look like they were carved into the, or carved out of the mountain, but still protruding. I don't necessarily know if I want them to blend. Stone. Alright, we'll see what that looks like. You can't make stone stairs, though, that's the thing. Who... Alright, maybe I should have a bed over here. I guess I have one in the windmill. Cobblestone stairs, though? Okay, okay. We'll take that into consideration. We've got cobblestone. Alright, so the goal is to we need to take that whole chunk out. I mean, this whole chunk right here needs to be removed. Just slice it down the middle right there. So we've got this path. We'll have to make another one that leads to... I guess this is where the stairs will start. Maybe. We'll have to see. Let's take out this little fucker. Drunk driving on the afternoon or studying 10 hours straight? Drunk driving on the afternoon, for sure. I would never do it, but that sounds a whole lot better than studying 10 hours straight. Just look, someone once told me that you can't get a DWI if the sun's out. Now, I don't know if that'll hold up in a court of law, but I have been told if the sun is out, you can't get a DWI. Or a DUI. I don't know which one it is. It's one of the two. Whichever one drunk driving charges. You could do white concrete instead of quartz. Can you do concrete stairs? Is concrete stairs a thing? Because I want it to be stairs. I don't want to have to jump up. I want to be able to walk up it. You know, I want to be able to sprint up these things. Ah, shit. Let's switch pigs. Well, should we? We might as well. We gotta get some use out of this thing, right? We're gonna one pop them. Bang. I feel like this needs to come out right here. I don't know. No stairs? No concrete stairs? Yeah. I mean, it was a good try. It was a good effort. If you could resurrect someone from your past, who would it be with the German flag? You're wild. From my past? Probably my grandmother. My grandmother. Yeah, probably my grandma. She's a good woman. She was a good woman. That was funny though. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. You're a little rascal. You know that? You are a little rascal. Alright. Rest in peace, my granny. She was hit by a bazooka. What? The fuck? The hell happened there? Was she in World War II or something? I don't really know what I'm doing. You should add some kind of railing so you don't fall. Yeah, I mean, this is just phase one, so let's see what it looks like. We've got... I mean, that's pretty good. The only thing we could do is make it wider. If we made them wider, meaning if we brought them out more, and that's about all we could do, is we could bring them out more. Is that we'd have to make them a little bit wider. We'd have to make them 3 wide. You know, we'd have to do something like... And then, I mean, we could fill it in later. We might need to do it from the top, though, because we can't go out without covering one. Yeah. I don't know if this is gonna work. Because, well, let's see what happens. If we bring it all out... Well, actually, it should be fine. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. This is overhanging, though, which isn't great. We just have to build it up right here. Put that there. Let's go and get rid of all this dirt. That's what our spade is for. I was in my room trying to teach my little sister, but I heard a boom and it sounded like a missile, and that's who that was. It was my granny. Now she done. You're certified wild, man. What? You were teaching your sister something, and then it just went boom? And it was a bazooka. Well, R.I.P. Granny. She got blown up by a bazooka. It's a tough way to go. I mean, honestly, it might not be that bad of a way to go. You know, you get hit by a bazooka, as long as it's instant. I don't think it's not that bad, right? Now, if you like got an arm blown off or something, that's no way to go out of this world. Alright, we are excavating right now. Okay, so we wanted to make it a little bit wider, and we did. Which means we need to fill this in. Probably easier to do this. Oof. Yep, and then we do this. Something about filling in with stone is way more satisfying than brick. And I think it's because it's a much more cohesive block. And what I mean by that is the texture. Here, we'll just compare the two really quickly so that you understand where my mind's at. You know, you have stone and then you have dirt. Look how it's a lot more intrusive. Like, it looks like it doesn't fit. There's a lot more pixels. So it's like more satisfying to the mind to do this. Food for thought. Just food for thought right there. If you're ever wondering why you like placing stone more than you like placing brick. What was the closest times you've almost died? Oh man, there's been a few. There's been a handful. Almost died. Man, there's been... Almost fell off a couple cliffs. Certainly been some dark moments. But the closest one was probably getting hit by a car. That one was pretty close. But everything worked out. I was fine. Thank God. But that was probably the closest time. Getting schmacked. Why have you guys had close encounters with death? I'm trying to think if there's been any other ones. Not really. Oh, you're talking about in Minecraft though. Well, that's embarrassing. Well, isn't that embarrassing? Sorry about that, LSF. The wither fight. Definitely the wither fight. fought the Wither, I almost died. I fell in lava, I almost died. The closest, there's one time I came out of there's one time I came out of a nether portal and I fell straight into lava. I almost died then. But I'd say the Wither was probably the closest because I did not have a totem when I fought the Wither. I don't think I had a totem. Yeah, I did not have a totem when I fought the Wither, and yeah, I would say that was the closest. I kind of want to make the steps come from here. What if I just did them here? Do you consider death as a blessing or devil? I think death is a natural part of life, and when you go, you go. I don't think it's a blessing. I think it's a neutral place. I think it can be tragic. It can be horrific. But we all gotta do it one day, you know? No one escapes death, so. Is what it is. You know? You gotta come to peace with it. When it's your time, it's your time. You never know when it's gonna happen. Kinda like in this hardcore world. Who knows? Who knows when the Reaper's gonna come for me? Yeah, I don't know. It's not a blessing. It's just part of life. It's part of life. It's a sad part of life, but it's also what makes life worth living. If everybody lived forever, life wouldn't be valuable, you know? The fact that there is a finite aspect. The fact that there is a finite aspect to death makes life valuable. So I guess it's a little bit of both. Alright, so this, I guess this will be the path that we use. And we'll come right through here. Just shave back the mountain just a little bit. We're just going to shave it back a little bit. Just give it a little haircut. Just a little one. And then we're going to need to take this out. Yeah, this needs to go. I'm trying to think of other times I almost died in this world. I feel like there's definitely been some close calls. I've probably made shorts about them. I feel like there was a close call when I did a Bastion one time too. But yeah, once I got totems, as long as you don't do anything crazy. I think death is messed up when it involves planned assassination or tragedy like torture or in pain involved. Okay, I agree. I think that there's evil in those actions, right? Like murder is evil. You know, an assassination, that's murder. Murder is evil. Murder is always evil. Um, People can find ways to justify it, you know. Even, I mean, governments find ways to justify it when they go take out targets and military operations where assassinations are deemed necessary for the safety of the state or to further the state's position on a geopolitical scale, you know? So, people can find weird ways to justify killing. Like, I mean, it's hard. Like, is some killing good? I mean, that's what war is, right? Isn't war killing? I mean, it's all probably bad. I think torture is pretty messed up. Torture is pretty evil. There's a reason for everything, yeah, see, that's kind of the way that I view it, is like, everything happens for a reason. I do think there's tragic and, I mean, there's tragic and evil shit going on out there, like 100% tragic and evil shit going on out there that we wish did not happen, and we wish that we could stop it all. But we live in a fucked up world where evil will persist. It's always going to be there. But everything that I'm kind of with LSF there. I think everything happens for a reason. More or less, everything happens for a reason. You know? War is sometimes justified, sometimes, but not other times. Look at Ukraine, for example. I mean, I think to the Russians, Ukraine is justified. Like, I think to them, it is a justified war. And that's the funny thing when you look at it. Like, from Ukraine's perspective, it's not, but from the Russian perspective, it is. Because I think Ukraine was originally part of the USSR back in the day. It was part of the old Russia. Ukraine was actually part of the old Russia. And Putin said that he wanted to rebuild, I think he said he wanted to rebuild the old empire, or, I forget what he fucking said. It was always his goal to bring back Russia to its prior prominence. And I think Ukraine was part of that. So in Russia's mind, they're rebuilding their country to what it previously was years ago. And I don't think that's necessarily a great thing, you know? Okay, we're gonna need to break all these. You say, great. So, yeah, I mean, I think war's always, it's weird. One of those things, it's just, depends on how you look at it, depends on who you are. Depends on your perspective. Depends on your knowledge of the situation. Depends on the incentives. There's so many variables. One thing's for certain, though. People are gonna die because of it. So is it worth that? Is it worth it? And then it also depends on how you view that. Alright, I need to start building some steps here. We're gonna need to put stone here. Look at these. Are they trying to get him? They're trying to kill that guy. They're trying to kill this wanderer. Should I just close this cave in? Might be what's best. I need regular stone. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks for Ukraine, man. Feels bad. How did this happen? Evil and ego are the route to destruction. I would agree. I'd have to agree with you. It's kind of like Star Wars, you know. It's kind of like Anakin going to the dark side. If you've seen Star Wars, you know. He's evil, he's got an ego. What does Yoda say? Anger leads to hate or something. Fear leads to hate, hate leads to anger. I forget. I forget how it goes. But it ends with suffering. It always ends with suffering. Alright, so these stairs are looking good. These stairs are looking good. And then we're gonna turn here. Oh, these need to be 3 wide? They do. Shit. What would happen if evil was never a thing? How would it change y'all's life? If evil was never a thing, everything would just be hunky-dory, right? Life would be essentially what, a utopia? You wouldn't have to deal with people lying to you, you wouldn't have to deal with people trying to deceive you. You wouldn't have to deal with, I don't know, let's go to sleep first. We'd probably be a lot richer. You know, if there was no such thing as evil, we probably wouldn't live in a society that has poor people. We'd probably have a lot more. I think more people would have access to more resources. If everybody was good, we wouldn't have, you know, people living in such poverty, because we'd fix those problems. Because I think greed is inherently evil, and I think greed is what stems a lot of the modern world's problems. I don't think that there's not enough money to fix things like hunger and poverty. I think that the people with all the money just don't want to spend it on people they don't give a shit about. So I think generally there's no anxiety, stress, and struggle. Exactly. I think we'd be able to give people much better lives, from an economic perspective. I don't think people would be worrying about when their next meal is going to be, or if they're going to have a warm place to sleep at night. I think we would get rid of all of those issues if there were no evil. We'd fix all those. And then you gotta figure out, how far does evil go, you know? I think people are a lot less lazy if there's no evil. I think people can contribute more to society. You know, there's a good amount of people that just leech off of certain things, and I don't think that's necessarily good. But yeah, there wouldn't be as much stress, anxiety, and struggle for sure. There wouldn't be war, there wouldn't be genocide. A perfect life? I think a perfect life has struggle, though, and that's the thing. I don't think I'd be very happy without. I think the world was made perfectly in a sense, and I don't necessarily believe in the perfect world. Like, oh, there'd be less stress, anxiety, and struggle. I don't think you can make a world where that exists. I don't think a perfect. I think the world's pretty perfect, in the way that it's designed, in a sense, as in like, life is not fair on where you're born and the circumstances you're born into, but like, it's fair in a sense of like, take Minecraft for example. Like, this world, right? This world, like, there's some water over there, there's trees over there. The world in and of itself is indifferent towards people. The world is fair. It's people that make it unfair. It's people that make it evil. The world itself is pretty perfect. It's self-sufficient, it has ecosystems, there's plenty of food and water here to support life. Um, there's more than enough resources for everybody to live here happily and get along. But what happened is people and evil people came in and kind of destroyed it. But there's that constant struggle between good and evil. A perfect life would be, for me, having a comfortable shelter, a nice house, or a place that I can sleep that's safe. I'd say number one would be a safe place to sleep at night. Good quality, healthy food. People that I love around me, you know, surrounding myself with loved ones, good family, good friends. Being able to, you know, share moments and laugh with them. And then having a sense of purpose. I think having a sense of purpose, whether that be your job or some kind of responsibility that gives you fulfillment, that also contributes to society as a whole. So, just off the top of the dome, I think that's it. You know, safe place to live and sleep, nourishment, good nourishment, food, water, loved ones around you, and then a fulfilling purpose that you dedicate yourself to. I think that's a perfect life. And then if you can do that, and be happy with it, I think that's all you really need. I mean, that's my idea of perfect life. I mean, some people have other things, you know, some people want like really fast cars and big mansions, and they want to have the, you know, they want to have the latest and greatest technology, and, you know, there's a lot of ego in that. As you said earlier, Ryan, there's a lot of ego in the pursuit of fruits of the world, I guess you could call them. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I would add to that. You know, a good dog, like a good dog. But that would go into family and friends, you know, safe place to sleep. Safe place to sleep, and then, oh my god, am I gonna have to poke this out another one? I think I am. Shit. Wait, I could just dig in another one for this one, couldn't I? I can. Let's just do that. Yeah, because we've got 3 wide everywhere else. Yep, safe place to sleep. Good food to eat. Fulfilling purpose. What's a life you wish you had right now? Like mine would be living in a good house. My parents wanted to know, or how I wish I had a PC to play games or have my own phone. Life I wish I had right now. Life I wish I had right now. I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be right now. You know, I can definitely think of things that I want that I'm working towards. You know? Like I'd like to have some land. I'd like to have some land of my own. I'd like to have some land that I could, yeah. I think I'd like to have a lot of land. I'd like to have a more reliable car. I'd like to have more freedom with my job, being able to do what I want to do, but those are all things that I can work towards. You know, that's the kind of stuff. So I would say that. I'd say I'd like to have more land. More land, more reliable car, and more autonomy. More autonomy in my work life. But those are all things that I think are feasible. I need to work at them. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there, but same for you. That's it. You want a PC to play games though? That's cool. I kind of want a PC too. I think it'd be cool to have a nice gaming PC. That'd be pretty sick. Alright, I think these steps turned out okay. Let's see what they look like. Alright, we need to fill that in right there. But yeah, I think that's probably... I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm not too big into material stuff, so there's not like any clothes I want. But I get the PC thing because I wanted to, like, I gotta have a PlayStation or something. I mean, I'm sure I could quit playing video games, but like, I love video games. I love video games. Always have. I wonder if I should just build this out another. Kind of feels like I'm living under a rock because everybody has everything, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people with a lot of stuff, and there's always going to be people with a lot of stuff, and there's always going to be people with more stuff than you. But, you know, someone once told me that comparison is the thief of joy. You know, if you're constantly comparing yourself to everybody else, you're never going to be content with what you have. So, try to find the joy in what you've got. Doesn't mean, you know, you should strive for more things, but don't get caught up in comparison. Ryan said buying good quality food or having a roof over your head is not possible for some people, and that's because of the evil that exists and how the system is set up. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. If there were no evil in the world, I don't think people would have those issues. I don't think housing would be an issue. I don't think having good food would be an issue. I think those are very solvable problems, but I think greed gets in the way of that. Um, but I like my life I'm living right now, no matter what. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But it's tough, man. That's never going to go away. There's always going to be someone with nicer clothes. There's always going to be someone with a nicer car. There's always going to be someone with a nicer gaming setup than you. There's always going to be someone with a better phone. There's always going to be someone with, you know, nicer shoes, a bigger house. That's always going to be a thing. You know, the old saying is there's always a bigger fish. There is always a bigger fish. But, you know, those things are empty. It's about the fish that you're swimming with. It's about the school of fish you're in, not just how big it is. I do think that we could fix poverty. I do think it'd be very feasible. At least in Western countries. I don't know if we could fix like Africa and South America. But probably. I mean, I don't. How does this look? I really need to see how this looks. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alright, so I need to get some steps. I need to come down, they're gonna come down to here. Mm. My parents told me somebody wants to live the life I'm living right now. Probably. Probably, man. There's some really rough lives out there. Like, there's some really rough lives out there. And there's some really pleasant ones. Um, but I would say, you know, if you have a safe place to sleep and you've got food and you've got, you know, you've got parents, you know, you got people that love you around you, you're in a pretty good spot. No matter how big the place is. Some people don't have to move a finger and they have it all. Others have to struggle. It's not guaranteed of getting what they want. It should be clear evidence of how you yeah, evil's definitely prevalent. It's certainly prevalent. It is certainly prevalent in our society. All around the world. All around the world. I think I need to take out more blocks up there. I can't tell though, because I don't know what I want to build these steps out of yet. The one reason I say quartz is because I have quartz right here. So I could technically replace all this with quartz. And then I could have quartz stairs all the way. That's so much quartz though, I'd have to go to the nether. I'd have to mine so much. Pretty good though. Looks pretty good, not gonna lie. I love the wheat fields. Now we gotta figure out, I just want to get those stairs started. We don't have to finish them yet. Do I like the way they look from here? I don't know. I feel like I might need to take it in a little more. Might need to be a little steeper. I mean, I got the right idea, I just don't know. I need to sleep on it. Guess I could take this out. I could take all this out. I could take everything out right here. We'll leave it for now. It seems like a fishing. It seems like I just need to fish. I don't know why, but we're just vibing. I'm about to get off in like 10 minutes. Oh, man. A bowl? So that's one way to do it, right? But good talks, boys. Good questions. Good questions. Good boy type shit. You're funny, Ryan. You are funny. Ooh. Power 3 punch 1. This is what I needed. I needed a Minecraft song to fish to and call it a day to. It's just therapeutic. Something as simple as throwing a fishing line out in a fake reality. Nice relaxing music can bring a serenity. Just watched a murder. Thing just got murdered. That's a pretty good fishing rod we just caught there. How much time you gonna end your stream? Probably like 4 or 5 minutes. I'm pretty gassed. Not gonna lie. I'm pretty tired today. I don't have the mental energy to do, like, if you can tell, if I'm fishing in Minecraft, just know it's been a long day. Because I don't have the energy to do much else. Probably as soon as the sun sets in Minecraft is when I'm gonna go to bed. So as soon as I go to bed on Minecraft, I'm gonna go to bed and call it a night. So, whenever the sun goes down, which is looking like it's kind of getting there. Can we see the inside of that? What did you do before stream? I worked, I cooked, went to the store. Of course you can see the inside of the lighthouse. Are you ready? It's Cape Cozy. Established over 650 Minecraft days ago. But yeah, this is what's inside the lighthouse. I love the view from up here. I feel like the steps. We'll watch the sunset, boys. And we'll go to bed. View over my little Minecraft kingdom. 127 is when we built the lighthouse. Day 127. I'll go back down and show you the sign on the way out. Oh, it's a waning crescent. I don't know shit about the moon. I don't know the moon cycles like that. And the moon phases. But yeah. 127. Peace out, bro. You too. Till next time. Peace.